This is Matrix Lord 212 talking about Doctor Who, Legend of the Sea Devils. So here's my initial reaction. I got home from work. I watched it on AMC Plus. I thought the CGI was kind of cheesy. It looked like fake in so many different parts, like money was not spent like it needed to be. I know that the thing about the Chinese culture is all over the place and wrong. I did love the Sea Devils a lot. And I liked the way they were represented. I liked the way they were using technology. I liked their plan. The episode was kind of a jumbled mess, like just rushed, skipped through, cut corners, fast forwarded to like everybody getting to be where they needed to be. Something is weird with Dan where he just was able to kill all those Sea Devils like an expert, which I'm not sure what that's about. But he has been able to do a lot of different things lately, defeat the Centaurans too. Here's my take on Yaz and the Doctor. The Doctor, as we know, has always been a man, right? And the Doctor has liked female companions, obviously, and had been in love with female companions. You could tell that the Doctor is just a doctor. Like, right now, the Doctor's in a female body, but that doesn't mean anything because it doesn't change the Doctor's sexual preference. The Doctor, what the Doctor likes. Technically, the Doctor isn't gay because the Doctor's been a man this whole time. And now it's just he's stuck in a female body, and that's not going to change the way he feels about female companions. So it's not a gay thing in the Doctor sense, because also the Doctor's an alien. So he's not grounded by these humanistic terms. So you always knew, since the Doctor was excited to have tea at Yaz's, that the Doctor liked Yaz. What was not definite the whole time was the fact that Yaz liked the Doctor in that way. Because it was always established before that she was in love with Ryan and she had feelings for Ryan. And even then, when it was an issue about Ryan having a girlfriend or something that a woman had held interest, that she got jealous. Somehow it changed, and Chris Chibnall made it where she's bisexual, that she could swing that way, and that she got this obsession with the Doctor, fell in love with the Doctor, lived in a TARDIS, searching for the Doctor when the Doctor was in prison. So I could see the emotional turmoil in the eyes of Yasmin Khan, portrayed by Mandip Gill, and it's believable. And I did like the dialogue. I did like that she mentioned River. But it's kind of a jumbled mess because it's like it's forced in a way. Like this is thrown upon us as fans. Like, there should have been another season about it, right? So now all of a sudden we're just like, with this episode, we're flash forward, we're clicking, jumping into things. This whole relationship with Yasmin Khan has been rushed since basically she was in prison. Right? And Captain Jack had to save her. That's when the key thing was, when Yasmin, that episode, was in love. And it hasn't been that long. So, I kind of feel that I know where Chris Chibnall was trying to go, I guess. But he was rushing through things. It was just, it's like sort of like, remember how Amy went to kiss the Doctor and it was like Rory wasn't a thought, but then all of a sudden they changed it and thought Rory is the end-all be-all for Amy Pond, but they tried to do a little bit of a romance thing with the Doctor and Amy at one point. So again, they switched gears. Also, they switched gears with Clara, where Clara was in love with Danny Pink, and even though he died, they never went to save him, right? Even though he's still alive in the Nethersphere. And then they tried to just make it more where she's in love with the Doctor and the Doctor's in love with her, but the Doctor, So I kind of know how it's going to end. I mean, the Doctor is going to die and regenerate, and that's going to be the end of that. There's not going to be any romance with Yasmin Khan. There's not going to be anything. You got everything you could possibly get this episode, and there will be no more Yasmin and the Doctor romance. There'll be no more. There might be a little bit of a dialogue here or there, but obviously she's going to regenerate before Yasmin can get to her, and she's going to be a completely different person. Maybe a man again, or maybe another female, but it's going to be, because another problem is she's never really explained to her companions. She said stuff they thought maybe she was joking around, that she was a man, but she hasn't really gone into detail about a lot of stuff with her. The other doctors would talk to the companions about different things, but she's very vague. And now she's going through a crisis where trying to figure out who she is. And, the Master's mixed in it, the fugitive Dr. Ruth, all these different things. And there's really no time to showcase Yaz and the Doctor romance because you got too much going on in the next episode, next special. So I think you gave us a tease. You gave some fans some type of satisfaction, but then you didn't really resolve it the way the fans probably wanted, and you're not going to have any romance at all. And it's going to be tragic. It's going to be tragic because, everybody that's pushing for Yasmin or Daz or whatever the Doctor, the whole name of both of them together, they're not going to get it. Chris Chibnall is going to let you down. You're not going to get a romance. You're not going to get a kiss. You're probably not going to get anything. And it's going to be too late. She's going to find a way to regenerate, and she's probably going to be a male again. And again, it's different personality, different emotions, and the person she becomes probably would maybe not be in love with Yasmin Khan, and probably shrug it off as a joke or something else. It's weird with River where multiple doctors loved her, but I don't think it's going to be the case with Yasmin Khan. So, another thing is this episode trailer about when the hell did, Ace and Tegan Javanka, come into play? This just out of nowhere, just, okay. And then Kate Stewart and the Master. See, here's the thing. I have a feeling we're going to have two Masters. I have a feeling that we're going to have one Master who's evil, and he's looking kind of rough, and he wants the Doctor to die. And then we're going to have a futuristic version of that Master, Sacha Dhawan, clean-shaven, regretting he killed the Doctor, and going back in time to change it and battle himself, which would probably create a paradox, which probably is the reason why we have all these problems in the first place, is because the Master probably created a paradox. Now, I have a weird theory about the Master that I think I shared maybe once. But what if it's possible remember how Capaldi's doctor said that Missy could basically just create bodies indefinitely? She don't really need to regenerate because of the nether sphere. What if her consciousness went to the nether sphere, left her body, not realizing that the body was able to regenerate with her memories, and there's Sacha Dhawan's Master. Now, when she goes back to the nether sphere, she decides maybe she's done with the nether sphere, she goes to regenerate. She's also Sacha Dhawan's Master, and there's two technically Sacha Dhawan Masters. One that's like Missy, that craves the friendship of the Doctor and whatever, and one that's evil. The one that was left with the memories of being left behind. And now you have a paradox where you have one being that's two that could be causing this massive paradox where there's different Doctors you've never seen before, like Ruth's Doctor and the Timeless Child and everything. It could be that the Doctor is sent into a portal and regenerates into a child and then lives her whole life as the Timeless Child, an alternate take on it in an alternate universe, in an alternate Gallifrey. And it's just, that's the way you explain it, not that the way you think. And the first Doctor would be the first Doctor. It's just that she regenerates to a child, memories wiped, and she goes to the portal into another universe. or whatever. And in the future, she becomes the timeless child, which would be the past, which would create some kind of crazy mess. Or not. Don't know. Well, what did I think of the episode? I'm going to give the episode a 7. And it's not a scale that you would compare the classic episodes or even New Who episodes. It's a scale that's compared to the Jodie episodes. That's the way I look at it. I could watch it again, but there is problems with the episode. There's problems. I didn't hate it, and the fact that it gets points because of Sea Devils, I really like that. I like that they're badass. I like that they have these little swords. I like that they have technology, and I hope we get to see those Sea Devils again, and I really want to see the Sea Devils again. So that's my take. I liked the episode. I did. But I just felt that there's no purpose for this whole Yaz and the Doctor romance because there's not enough time for it. There's only one special left, and you got all these stars in it, and there's just no time. And that's it. So that's my take. 7 out of 10, but a scale of separate scale to the Jodie Whittaker era, not connected to the other era. All right, thank you guys. Have a great day. Take care. Bye for now.